All right, guys, welcome back to the Sayin Society. You have myself, Jotric, Justman, and Jagad.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, baby.
My bad.
Episode 50 happened last week.
Two weeks ago. This is episode 51. This is our weekly anime and manga discussion.
Woohoo! We made
Yup.
50 episodes, by the way. These guys didn't
Yeah.
talk about it last week.
I know. We should have.
Or 2 weeks
we
ago.
should.
It didn't click with us that it was
That
episode
was
50.
50, yeah.
Woo!
Because we're just on that grind,
Yeah,
right?
baby.
No, because we're just on that grind and we're just so
Yeah.
consistent that we just don't realize milestones like that.
yeah.
We just missed 2 weeks.
All right. Anyway, so we're going to talk about
A lot.
but mostly just One Piece and
Because there was a lot of One Piece.
a lot of One Piece happened this week. So we got One Piece live action, One Piece anime, One Piece manga.
One Piece.
2 piece.
2 Piece,
Two
potentially
Piece.
coming soon.
We got D.Gray Man, and then we got
GG.
2 chapters of Jujutsu Kaisen that we.
And we have the
Missed.
episode.
Oh, and
And the
And we have the
episode.
Bleach episode.
And we have the Bleach episode.
That was
And
last
we
week.
have
Not
the
this week,
Vinland
from last
Saga
week.
chapter. And we have this, then that.
Yeah.
And
And
then
we
we
have
have-
My Hero.
All we're
And
saying
we
is-
have Gotcha.
All we're
Kira.
saying-
And we
I
have
actually
Black
read-
Clover, which
And-
I read
actually,
My Hero, actually.
before we start, Black Clover has been kicked to the curb. They have
the-
been sent
to the
to
G
jump.
Hey,
Giga-
hey.
League. To the G League.
Guys,
They
man.
genuinely got sent to the G
Hey,
League.
man.
Yeah.
Hey.
What are you
What?
saying hey for?
D.Gray Man's on the same schedule, bro.
That also got kicked to the curb, dog.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Anyways, so One Piece live action. We all watched the first episode.
Yeah. So
we haven't finished it.
only gonna talk about the
First episode.
The whole season did drop 8 episodes on
Mhm.
Netflix.
Only the
So
first
we're
episode.
just gonna talk about what happened in the first. This is for I
Episode.
guess live action viewers only, right?
We'll
Peop-
try to keep limited on
like spoilers and stuff.
I'm not.
If they slip, they slip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Why do you make my job harder?
Yeah.
Yo, I feel like a lot of the people that are watching the live action have seen One Piece in its like not in its entirety, but like most of it.
But
Because like nobody's just gonna go straight to like a One Piece live action. Like
I know people that are doing that.
they're weird.
what?
I don't know, like why.
That's not a good argument.
It's not a good
No,
argument,
like-
bro.
But when like 90% of viewers, like even if it was like I don't know, Death Note live action, Dragon Ball live action,
No,
Full
because
Metal
it's like,
Alchemist
bro,
live action, all these live actions, like people watch the original and then they go to the live
no,
action.
they don't. Because bro,
How many people
let
are
me-
really going
let
to
me-
live action
let-
first?
Let me give
Well,
you an
why
example.
why is Netflix putting basically 100 million per episode for a series where they're only
Well-
gonna attract a certain set of people
Well,
rather than
think about it though.
everybody?
I mean, think about the fan base. Think about how crazy the manga volume sales are. Like if you go just off the sales numbers of those, you know how many people are buying copies. So then you know how many people are gonna be watching the show, and that's enough. Like that viewership's enough for you to make
That's a
this.
minimum viewership. You obviously want
Yeah.
to
A
minimum, yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you're like, how many people watch the live action and don't watch the
Yeah.
anime
Like obviously
or
there are
whatever,
gonna be a
right?
few that are gonna be like,
Let me
let me like walk
let me
into
give you an
some.
amazing example. Game of Thrones. You watched the live action. Did you read the books?
Oh,
The anime though.
No.
Yo,
But
you
the
got
That's
anime.
what that's what I'm
bro.
saying.
You
the,
got
the
slapped.
source material.
I guess so.
People watch the live action. They don't want to read the source material.
I guess so.
Yo, you got
They
slapped,
get
dog.
hooked in
Not really.
by the live action, and
You
then
know
they're
what I
like,
thought
yo,
he was gonna say?
let me check the source material.
Our aunt started watching the One Piece live action.
She did.
So
That
there
would
you
have been a
go.
better example.
That is a great example.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should have said that.
So
I
there
mean,
you go.
well, you said it. You just
I
shot
know.
You
yourself in
shot
the foot.
yourself
I
in the
did it.
foot.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
just
a
saying.
hole. I see the hole in your foot.
I'm just saying.
Give me the sock. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Yo, imagine.
I'm just saying. There's not that big of a viewership of people that are just gonna watch the live action.
I think
There is
the
actually.
producers, the writers, the directors, and the people
Oda.
involved with this movie are
Show.
fully are fully catering not only towards One Piece fans but to
Oh yeah, no, to
everyone.
both. Yeah, but I
Bro,
mean,
like
even the progression of the story, it's in a.
Go
What?
ahead.
I'm just saying it's in a way that, if you did watch it and if you haven't seen it, it works both ways. But that's just because the beginning of the story still like they're still presenting it.
So what
In
are you
that
trying to
format.
say?
Bro, if
But
you've
I'm
seen-
just saying
yeah.
like. In terms of the actual, like we saw the first episode now. In terms
Yeah.
of the actual quality of the show, had you not been a One Piece fan prior, I don't think, that novelty of it is gonna it's gonna wear off.
No, but
I
people-
agree.
It's gonna wear off. Is
Okay,
what
I
I'm
agree.
saying.
okay, but I've been seeing on like Twitter, on TikTok, on Tumblr,
Okay.
literally people just be
Why are you on
thirsting-
Tumblr?
Huh?
Why are you on Tumblr?
Yo. The
Wait,
only reason for Tumblr is that the what's it called, Buggy,
Yeah.
like Buggy from
Yeah.
One Piece, like live action.
Yeah.
For some reason, he became like the main like icon in Tumblr.
Okay.
So anyone who opened up Tumblr immediately saw Buggy. Like no matter who you were, wherever you were using Tumblr, you
Okay.
saw Buggy the Clown.
That's
So
cool.
then that error or like whoever did that caused like a huge influx of people like, yo, who the fuck's this person?
Yeah.
Where'd he come from? And then
Mm.
it drove people to go watch
Yeah.
One Piece. And then people just be thirst trapping over Zoro, over Buggy, over Sanji. Yeah, and people who don't even watch anime
Yeah.
are like, yo, I'm gonna start watching the show because of these characters.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like for now that viewership's gonna stay, but like it's not gonna last that long. The people that
What do you
will
mean the
If it lasts
storyline's
at
great?
all.
no, but
One Piece storyline is great. How dare you?
But no, the thing is, it can be great, but how does it translate? On
Yeah.
live
That's
true.
action? That's a
That's
because
completely
there's
different
certain
story. Because even I had problems with the
Yeah.
first episode. I feel
Yeah.
like the outreach that we were seeing about people saying that this show is phenomenal or whatnot. It's like what you're saying. It's the One Piece fans. They're very loud, vocal
yeah.
Yeah.
like
Majority.
majority, right? Like and they're gonna hype up this product that is One Piece. We know One Piece fans usually kind of
Mhm.
sometimes the shaders will come up. If they're
Yeah.
biased as fuck.
Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
So I like the shit that I'm seeing on Twitter. Like I'm not gonna mention the people, but like it's not that good of a fucking show to
Yeah.
be hyping up like
that's
this,
true.
man.
That's true.
To be fair, when in comparison to other anime live actions,
For sure, it's
this
it's way
is
better.
outdoing all those
for sure.
easily.
Yeah, sure.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
as comparing it to other live action like TV series that Netflix actually produces and stuff,
Yeah.
this isn't like it doesn't
Nowhere
hold anything
close.
close to that.
No,
Nowhere
it's true.
But
close.
that's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna watch it just to kind of get a taste of it, and then
Yeah.
if they kind of like the story
I
that
think
it's
they're
going
gonna
in,
fall off.
they maybe it'll convert them to anime watchers.
Maybe.
But they are
in
gonna
terms
fall
of the
off.
live action, I agree with you.
'Cause
Yeah,
even-
they'll fall off, but I do think that they're trying to cater for
They are,
everybody.
yeah.
I
So-
I told him before, like my issue with like the first episode
Yeah.
was a lot of characters were in the first episode
Yeah.
that should not have been.
Right.
So here's my thing about the live action. Because of how closely Oda's working with it, I feel like the scenes that they have added into this live action run, this is what Oda would have originally included had he thought of it back when One Piece first started airing. Because we had that scene of a Mr. Seven Baroque Works member recruiting Zoro, and we don't get introduced to Baroque Works until like episode 100 or something or whatever, like
yeah.
70ish around that time.
Yeah.
Right? So it was a good setup, and then we also know that he's a bounty hunter, and Zoro's had a name for himself, so it kind of goes further into that. And then we found out later on that like Mihawk, Shanks, and Smoker were in the crowd when when Gold Roger was dying, right?
Yeah.
Spoilers for One Piece. It's a live action, bro. In the live action, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Like-
whatever. But like that was stuff that we already knew in the anime. So like like you know the reveal happened later in the anime, or like these guys saw that happen, but
Mhm.
They did it really early, right?
they did it
So
early. But it's
early.
like because like they're not gonna keep like flashbacking and like going back to it. Like it's not the same. They
It's not the
can't-
same thing, right?
Yeah, they can't do that,
Yeah,
right? It's like
yeah,
they can
yeah.
only they're gonna show the event once and then just reference it from now on, right?
Mhm.
And then also like having Garp there when Gold Roger like on that execution platform.
Saying like I told you so or whatever.
Yeah, like I was like that's almost like fitting as well. Like him,
Sure.
because like he didn't say a lot, but what he did say was like enough about like their relationship from what we know as anime and manga viewers, where like it wasn't anything different. Like you were not gonna say like like he took the character in the wrong direction or anything, because it was just like
His accent.
that. I mean no, but that like that phrase alone like
Yeah.
was just like okay, that's something like Garp would say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like I could definitely see Garp, like the way Garp was there for you know what happens in the anime, the execution that happens in the anime.
Mhm.
You know, him being there for Roger, it's like that makes
Kinda
complete-
mirrors in a
yeah,
way.
it makes sense, right? So
Mm.
yeah,
Maybe shows a little bit of character development, at least what happens in the future.
yeah. So like I mean,
Because he's more troubled. in the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
He's not just like, yo, I
Yeah.
told
Exactly.
you so, bro.
Yeah.
so like I don't know, I kind of like the things that they added and like changed.
But
'Cause,
like huge spoiler, I'm gonna just say,
Yeah.
is they show like, and everybody's on Twitter's been going wild about this, like a potential female in the crowd,
Crocodile.
and people are saying it's Crocodile.
what are they going? What's the basis for this though?
It's
No,
just a
because the
female.
girl.
that
Have you seen the
looks-
girl? She's standing next to Shanks, right?
Okay.
And so she's the only notable person in the crowd because everyone
Okay.
else is just like generic people.
Mm.
And she has like the hoop earrings that like
Crocodile has.
Crocodile has, And in the anime when they show crocodiles from behind, this is from the front. So everyone's saying that it's like female crocodile. And like in an interview with like the cast of One Piece, what's his name? The guy who plays Luffy, Iñaki. Yeah. They're like trying to name all the
cameos and stuff.
No, they're naming all like the warlords. They're like, like name all the warlords, right? And then he says crocodile, and then he's like, oh wait. And then Nami looks at him, like the girl who plays Nami, and she's like, yo, and then they just stop talking.
What? I don't know. That's weird.
So then, at like,
what does that have to do?
Prior to like this episode coming out, people were just thought like, oh, he's just talking about like just anime spoilers,
yeah,
right? But what if he was referring to like crocodile being a female?
But he's still a warlord even if he's a
no,
female.
I know.
That's what the,
so that kind of doesn't make sense.
Nami's character saying, "Oh, don't do that." I was like, what?
Like, watch the clip. Like,
we'll have to watch.
Our editor will put up the clip right here.
Maybe.
What the fuck?
Maybe. Wait, what the hell?
Yo,
ask him.
That's what I'm talking about. Yo, it'll make my work harder, bro. Fuck me.
This fucking guy. You're hilarious.
Yo, speaking of the main character, Luffy, how'd you guys feel about his portrayal?
He does have like a weirdness, like innocent naiveness to him that like fits Luffy in a way. But there's certain things that like just don't fit with me. I don't know. It just doesn't fit right.
I feel like a lot of his deliveries don't.
The deliveries.
Yeah,
it's the delivery.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Certain things like it's a little bit more on a serious note, or like it's not
goofy enough.
It's not goofy enough. It's not said in the same manner that Luffy would have said it. Like when he met Zoro.
Yeah.
I forgot the exact lines that he was saying, but when he said it, it was like he's like, "Yeah, I'm lost." And then like, just like the way he said it was just like it just came off weird because he kind of looks around like, "Yeah, I'm lost. I'm looking for something like this," and then like yeah.
But like to get like the pure goofiness that Luffy has, it's tough.
It's hard, but
they're already they're like doubling down on the cartoony sort of goofy vibe. It's like
but I mean, just watch it subbed then, bro. Because you can watch it subbed with
with like the real
the original voice actor.
Yeah. But even then, it's like maybe that'll change it. But I think it's also like
but like
part
like
of it's also
as it's like it is.
Yeah, no, that's true.
This is the original.
It's also part of it's like maybe a little bit of like his facial expressions and stuff too. They're I guess like not too expressive,
but it's hard to be as expressive. Like you know what I mean? He's trying his best, bro.
No, he is. But I feel like I think he got.
You can try your best, but that doesn't mean that the best is always going to be good.
No, I know.
I think he got it. I think he got it down.
Oda said he liked him and he thought he was going to be Luffy.
Yeah. Because he has that like
Yeah,
when you see him do
like,
hold on.
You think no, hold on.
When you see him do a smile,
you think Oda, who's backing the show, is gonna have this show come out and then just later be like, "Yo, fuck that Luffy guy, bro, dog shit actor."
No, but he picked him.
But he picked him out of everyone that auditioned.
But at the same time, you have to consider the fact that Oda's a manga writer, bro.
Yeah.
Right, he's not a director. He's not a casting. He's not a casting. Whatever they call him. He's not a producer in that sort of sense, right?
That's
so like,
that's true.
Just because he's saying that like that's Luffy, like I know it's like his shit, but like at the same time, we're talking about acting. We're talking about something also, a little bit more than just like even the source. Because if source material is like it's his, right? He gets to create the expressions. He gets to create the dialogue and everything, right? This is a little bit different, where other people are tweaking the dialogue. No, the actor might have like slight changes in terms of the way he wants to act and stuff and portray the character.
I think Iñaki, I think he should be more reactive to everything that's happening. Like just like having like weird ass like expressions when he's hearing shit like, oh my god, what the fuck, like you know, actually be shocked and like whatever.
I feel like Kobe was cast, right?
Kobe was cast pretty right. Yeah, but I mean like Luffy's so reactive in that sense. Yeah, like like random shit. He's like, what? Like I can't believe, like you know what I mean? He wasn't really like that.
Yeah.
So But
I mean, we've only seen one episode.
I know.
Yeah.
But that choreography, at the fight scene that they had, that was really cool. I kind of fucked with that. There was.
I feel like Zoro stole the show of episode 1.
Yeah.
This One Piece is Zoro, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
There was a pause frame. Somebody sent me a video of a pause frame of Zoro like doing his tumble roll,
And the swords bent.
and the swords bent, and it
Yeah.
was like,
And he also didn't have his 3 earrings in that
Yeah, he
scene.
didn't. Not in that scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he does have the 3 earrings like later on.
Yeah, no, he has it before, and then he has it later on.
Yeah.
It's just that scene.
For some reason, he didn't
for
have
some
3
reason,
earrings.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know,
But even like I saw an interview and stuff, but they were saying how like Nami's character, like that's like the best fight we're gonna get out of Nami right there. Like that was like the best. Like
in the first.
it's her first fight,
Yeah.
but that's like
She doesn't really fight that
choreography wise
much
and
anyways.
She was just in the background
No, she-
hitting
she-
people.
she-
that are on
yeah.
the
she put a decent amount of work in with her
in the
baton
anime,
thing.
like in the anime, she doesn't fight at all.
Oh, not really, not as much. But
not
like,
until like
she fights
they
more.
get their 1v1s like later on.
She fights more
Yeah,
later,
yeah.
yeah. But in terms of this first season, they were just saying like that's like the best fight we're gonna get out of Nami,
Okay, word.
and like I still don't know how far
Respect.
episode 8 goes
Goes
till. I
to,
still think
yeah.
it's Logtown. Like it makes sense
Yeah.
to finish
yeah.
all of the East Blue Saga up
Mhm.
to that point, but
I think it stops before Logtown though.
I think it
Yeah.
ends with Arlong.
it ends with Arlong. Oh,
Yeah.
that makes
I
sense too.
I think,
Yeah.
I think
That's
that
actually
would
pretty.
be
That's a
it.
pretty solid spot to end it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cause like Arlong's, a lot of people reference the Arlong arc as like
That's your guy, bro.
that's my arc, bro. Cause that's the arc where people are like, oh, this is where I like really fell in love with One Piece or something.
Yeah.
Like I
No,
think that's like the first
yeah.
telltale sign.
That's
of,
not
like,
why you like Arlong. You just like Arlong because you just spam him in video games.
No, I mean I don't like Arlong as a character.
I think
I fuck with
it's
the
a
arc.
whole-
I fuck with like, the
Yeah.
overall arc
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
with Nami and stuff.
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera.
But what else happened in the episode? The way Luffy was eating the devil fruit.
Yeah.
Goes off in the corner, eats it. I like that. They actually kind of show him like munching down on the.
But it was so
devil fruit.
random.
It was. It kind of looked like a cake though, right?
No,
Like
no.
a fake cake or something.
My issue was he got mad. He walked away.
And he walked into like
And
The
exactly
process of
where-
him. Yeah, it didn't make sense. Yeah, the process didn't make sense.
It was
Yeah.
just too like instant.
It was weird.
Ben Beckham too.
He just
bro.
saw a box and
Ben
he's like,
Beckman?
because
Ben Beckman. Yeah.
there was a treasure like thing here.
And he goes behind the. It's like a small ass treasure
yeah, it was
box.
a smaller one. He
Yeah.
goes for the smaller one. It was like, what?
Makes no sense. Like you're a kid.
Why'd
you're
you
gonna,
go for that?
You're gonna go for like
one?
the big shiny one.
Yeah.
Open it up and see what kind of treasure there is or whatever. Yeah. Or, like the thought process kind of
But
didn't
I
make
mean,
sense there.
it like speaks to Luffy's character. He's like
What?
No, but
special
Luffy,
and
but
shit.
that's what I mean. Like he's like a
Yeah.
dumb little kid or whatever. Like he's gonna look at like even in the anime, like
Yeah.
he sees this fucking box, he opens it, and he's like, "Fuck, I'm gonna just munch this shit."
Yeah. So, but
He
Ben-
like
Ben
purposely
Beckman,
went
though.
behind and found this little ass one, and then
Yeah, just immediately. That's like the
Yeah.
weird part. He's
Yeah.
like it would have made like a little bit more sense if he was like going through the treasure and
Yeah.
then he came across it and then
Mhm.
ate it, but
yeah,
it was just too instantaneous.
yeah. Ben Beckman being fat.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's a character
God
growth thing.
Damn.
It's a character growth. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Me and him were having.
You
this
should have
discussion.
auditioned, bro.
What?
For Ben.
Hey yo.
That's crazy.
Yo.
That's crazy. I'm pretty sure your stomach's still bigger than mine.
That's crazy. Whoa, dude. But no, that was fucking horrible. Let's be real. Yo,
That
when
was
I
terrible.
first saw him walk by in the scene, I was like, "There's no way that's Ben Beckman."
I didn't even notice him. Dodgy
was like,
was
"There's
like, "Yo,
no
did you see
way
Ben
that's
Beckman?" I'm
him.
like, "No, I didn't even see him in the thing." And
And then
went
he
back.
comes back later to
See.
talk to Shanks, like, "Yo, you should be
I was
easy
like-
on the
I
kid." I was like,
can't
"Wait,
believe
that's
that's him."
fucking Ben Beckman?
Yeah.
What the fuck?" Yeah,
Um,
ugly as shit.
Dodgy was mentioning though how Zoro, like some of his lines that he had, his dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to look at me?
Oh no, I was just I thought you were gonna talk shit about Zoro, so I
So
No.
he was like looking. He was trying to have two people look at me, so he gives Botox shit to me.
yeah
Oh,
yeah.
I
Nice.
see.
Alright.
Hey, let's do it. So basically, Dodgy was talking about how
Yeah.
the dialogue for Zoro kind of sets him up as being like this shit character, and then I was kind of saying that they're probably
was
going
saying
in a
Yeah.
different approach where Zoro is like the shit character, and then after he meets Luffy,
He
you'll see a lot more.
expresses himself
You'll see a lot more growth
So my
because it's a live action. Like
yeah.
in the anime, like the growth that we see from all these characters, like it's so daunting. Like it takes like each at the end of each arc, like
Mhm.
like 50 episodes, 100 episodes, and you're
Mhm.
seeing the growth like slowly.
Yep.
Whereas because it's live action, less episodes, like we're gonna see it more upfront.
The thing is,
Yeah.
like,
so they have to like paint him as like a shittier
the
character.
dialogue. What he's talking about specifically is in the first episode, right? In the anime, what happens is Helmeppo takes the girl hostage,
yeah.
and then he's like, "Okay, I'll go here for 7 days because I don't
7
want this
days, yeah.
girl to die."
yeah
In like the live action, he just like, "Fuck it, I'll go for 7 days."
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like things that like
Zoro, like I feel like anime Zoro, if he was in that situation, he would have try to
Beat
fight
the shit out of
everyone
everybody,
there.
yeah.
Basically, it was like
You
things
would,
that
you know what I mean.
things that
So there's
originally
no
attracted
reason for
you
him
to
not to
Zoro.
fight them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he does end up cutting down Axe Head Morgan. So
yeah.
it's like, why
so
didn't
it's
he
like,
fight
why
him
didn't you
then?
do it anyways?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is weird.
Like things
'Cause,
that
like-
and things that originally attracted you to Zoro, like especially at the beginning, because a lot of people when you're first starting One Piece, Zoro is what keeps them going.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because like Luffy's character is not really there yet,
Yeah.
and Zoro is the one who's like like
Badass.
not bad. Like you're seeing a lot about
Yeah,
his
badass,
character,
He's badass.
right?
He's badass, bro.
Yeah, so I do agree
Yeah.
that because it would have made more sense if Helmeppo took the girl hostage.
Yeah.
Because that would have forced Zoro's hand to then
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
the 7 days.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for him to just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'll do it.
I don't know who was in charge of the script, but I think that's where it kind of lacks, I guess, because like everything
Yeah.
else, like the scenes that they were kind of merging together,
Mm-hmm.
that made sense to me because it's a live action and it's an hour-long episode.
Yeah.
They're trying to condense it, right? They can't just
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on for like 60 episodes or whatever. But
Mm.
like they were in the bar
Mhm.
where the girl comes in, like the food falls, and then Helmet, like all that shit happens in the bar
Yeah.
instead of him being chained up and then the girl bringing the food there, and then him
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Eating it
Mhm.
off the ground. or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah. They kind of like all did it all together at once,
Mhm.
and then they even had Nami be a part of this first arc,
Yeah.
where normally she's not a part of
Yeah.
this arc.
Mhm.
So, and then they even when they teased Buggy at the end of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, actually, I watched the second episode, so I can't even go into that
Oh.
because we're only talking about the first episode here.
He's a liar.
But yeah, I don't know. So far, I think it's doing really well. I'm
I think he's
excited
doing aight.
because I feel like it's gonna get better
Mhm.
as it progresses.
Sure.
Because like, even in terms of like where Oda started with One Piece,
Yeah.
the writing, like when it first starts off, he didn't really know like the actual direction of where he was going, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he was first starting out, and then he kind of was starting to figure out everything and then like map it out and like have that going. So I think as the arcs, because the arcs obviously do get better,
Yeah.
I think the actual like eventually we're gonna reach a point where it's gonna be like Wano's like the whole season or something, like maybe
Yeah,
eight,
yeah.
If
like
it
like
reaches that.
like if it reaches
If
that
it
point.
reaches that point.
If
yeah.
but like Wano's gonna be like the full 8 episodes type of thing,
So
which would be like really cool.
moving on to the One Piece anime.
Yeah, there was 2 episodes.
Why'd they pop off this week?
Yo, they went crazy. They went
What?
crazy because they
What was
heard
that all about?
because they heard Jojic talk shit about it last time. That's what happened.
What was that all
Because
about?
Jojic was like, "Yo, I didn't like the way that like
I wasn't
Big
ready for
Luffy
that.
came in with like the clouds, like the shading and shit. The tone was all different.
I wasn't ready, bro.
And
I
then-
wasn't ready.
And then the
either,
first thing
bro.
he pulls up with is the fucking lightning, and he's just like, "Yo,
Yeah.
bitch."
Dude,
And
that
then-
animation was
Yeah.
wild.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
That was
That
crazy.
sequence, that whole
But-
Yeah.
sequence.
All of that not in the manga, by the way.
Yo, I know, and it like enhanced that shit, right?
No, but it
'Cause-
completely changes. Like, it completely changed my view of Luffy's character
Of like what happens in the fight, right?
in the fight because he was
Yeah.
able to like. So in the manga, right, he
Mhm.
throws the one lightning bolt.
That's it.
Mhm.
That's
basically.
it, and then the rest of the fight progresses.
Yeah.
like them just
Yeah.
throwing hands, right?
Yeah.
Whereas here, he starts throwing multiple lightning bolts.
He's
Not
bouncing
all-
off of him too.
He has basically what he's doing is he's completely changing the properties of,
Of
lightning
everything, yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like that's lightning strikes. That's temporary. He was making the lightning strikes stick.
Yeah.
Like, and he was using them and then bouncing off these lightning
Yeah.
strikes.
Yeah.
So like that's wild. That means he can change the elemental properties of anything.
Yeah. If
That
you can touch
complete-
it.
Anything. No, but he can touch anything. Why?
Yeah. No, I know.
So then, like, moving forward, that's fucking crazy. No one's fighting him.
I've been
And-
Well,
trying to tell you
no,
guys.
no. So
because
then-
if it's created out of your devil fruit, that doesn't mean he can affect it with his. Where lightning was naturally occurring, that he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
able to affect it with his.
I mean, we don't know,
Right.
but like the thing is, while I was watching it, for some reason, it made me think, and like this is not, like none of this is like it's not a manga spoiler, it's just something I had a thought of
Yeah.
Mhm.
while I was watching it,
Mhm.
that Luffy's gonna lose his devil fruit.
At the end of the series,
No, like before,
From in what sense?
like well,
he can't get into it.
Like lose it, like somebody's gonna steal it, or lose
Yeah.
it like he like.
like lose it as in someone's gonna steal it, like or
Okay.
like they're gonna take it away from him or extract it from him.
Okay.
I think we should dig into this when we get to our manga
100%,
Yeah.
100%.
because
Yeah.
I'm curious on how you
Like what you mean?
yeah.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't see the animation.
The animation was crazy.
Even
dude, when he came out, the big ass fucking
Yeah.
boys.
Dude, there's
and he's like, Momo, I trust you at the
Yeah.
end.
bro, there was
Because like the whole
yeah.
the whole build up to that was also like all the cuts that you're seeing are I guess to the like you're seeing some from the war and how everyone's like
Yeah.
relying on Luffy,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah.
also like what it means to take down Kaido for like in terms of Wano's history
Yeah,
and like what it means to actually topple this fucking guy that
because
took over.
it's a new start. It's a new beginning.
Yeah, and then Momo like kind of be like kind of after Luffy said those words, he like pictures his mom or something dying like
Yeah,
in that same way where
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
she trusted him
Yeah.
and threw him forward to like
Yeah.
finish the job type of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So like the whole episode like just kind of like
Bro,
worked
there was
together.
2 scenes that I was like, yo, damn, right? One, Luffy pulls up behind Kaido,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and all you see is his red eye.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Yeah.
did that a few times.
Yeah, they
And
done it. They've only
he
done
was,
it a
like,
couple
dark
times,
shading,
but I
and-
fuck with it.
and
I
was like,
fuck with it.
I fuck
bro,
with it heavy
That's
when they
fucking
do that.
sick. But then there's one where Kaido pulls up on Luffy,
Yeah.
and Luffy looking small as shit,
Yeah,
and Kaido just beats the fuck out of him, and I was like, bro, this is sick. not that I hate Luffy or
Yeah.
anything, but just
Yeah.
the way it was animated was just
Yeah.
so fucking
You know,
insane.
like the lightning sequences
Yeah.
where like there's
Yeah.
a bunch of lights and
Yeah,
everything.
Yo,
yeah.
and at one
happening.
point,
I was like, I wonder how those One Piece fans that were kind of like hating on all the effects feel
Yeah.
about this now.
Yeah.
Because
I,
they're still
did-
heavy on the like the
Facts.
effects are still there,
Yeah.
but they're working.
but I know it's working
Yeah.
because his fight is
well,
sort
well,
of
the issue with the effects were
unreal.
Yeah.
the issue with the effects were using it for like small time
Yeah.
things that were
Mhm,
happening. Like you
mhm,
didn't have to go
mhm.
over the top for every little bit of animation.
Yeah, but if they're
'Cause you wanna
giving if they're giving you a product where they're actually attempting to do something with some amount of quality. I know Toei's not the
the best
greatest
case.
with it, but if they're attempting to do it, I feel like you kind of have to appreciate it rather than hating on it
Mm-hmm.
as much as
Okay.
it was being
Yeah.
hated on. And I've felt this way since Wano started, and
Yeah, of
everybody was
course.
hating on the
Yeah,
effects
yeah.
and everything.
But also like people were also hating on like the reused animation and stuff for
Mhm.
That's been
Zoro
in
stuff.
every single.
but every
anime
anime
bro.
has reused animation.
That's
so
weekly. You'll find reused,
Reused
anime.
everywhere.
it
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
So One Piece manga.
Alrighty, get into it, buddy.
No, so what I was saying was like is because while Kaido and Luffy are fighting,
Yeah.
and I don't because it's been a while since we read Wano,
Yeah.
but Kaido like we didn't talk about this in the anime one, but Kaido confirms that Roger doesn't have a devil fruit, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yo, you don't need a devil fruit power to like take the world,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to like be on this world stage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And because of how ridiculous his devil fruit power was, it made me think as though he's gonna lose it and she's gonna be all hockey.
See, what I was
Like he's gonna use like all
In that-
hockey.
in
Like it's
that
gonna be
s-
done.
So you think Blackbeard's gonna
Take it or like
In that-
stop it or you
in
know what I
that-
mean?
in
And he has
that
to rely on just straight hockey.
because like he
Yeah.
has advanced in like
Everything. Like he's on
other
that
than, like,
level where
conquerors.
if like even if you were to strip Luffy of his devil fruit,
he's,
he's
still,
still a top tier.
he's still top
So-
tier.
That's what I mean.
I
So
had-
that's what I was like. It'd be like perfectly fine if that happened.
I think everyone was already on that. Not on the stealing the devil fruit thing, but on the fact that the way Luffy beats Blackbeard is that his hockey is what he's like honed.
Not everyone.
But
was
I have
on
a
that. It was
question.
you were on that, and you were.
I have a
pushing
question.
That narrative.
I have a question.
yeah.
A lot of people how you thought that Luffy was gonna beat Blackbeard in a fight of just devil fruits.
He could.
But that's
Because
what you-
devil fruit's
that's
so
what-
ridiculous.
definitely
bro.
Now I'm saying before Gear 5 reveal. I'm saying like as long
Prior
as
to-
for as long as
Yeah,
like hockey's been introduced and we've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
knowing that Blackbeard's the final villain.
Yeah.
Like Luffy
Well,
and
no.
his
Once
hockey was like the one thing
once
that
they
like
introduced like Ryu, you were like, bro, he can just like fuck up his insides.
yeah. But I'm saying
Yeah.
like before Wano had even started, you're
Yeah.
thinking like at least I was thinking
Yeah.
that the way Luffy's gonna beat Blackbeard is his Luffy or Blackbeard's so invested in devil fruits
Double
Yeah.
fruits that he beats him
that
through
he's
hockey.
thinking
They
in the
beat
wrong
Suzu hockey.
aspect.
Yeah.
And
So-
now with Kaido saying that Roger was
the
he used pure hockey to do this, it
Mhm.
like just reinforces that like Luffy's gonna have to go into the hockey aspect. And
So
like,
Yeah.
I have a question though.
hold on before you go. So like the way Egghead's going, it seems like Luffy's kind of gonna start relying on his devil fruit more. So then I feel like something's gonna like snap him back to start going back into like his hockey.
Why are you saying that?
Just
Yeah, why
the-
do you say that?
Yeah. Why do you say that?
just from I want to say because like somebody else had brought it up where they want Luffy to kind of take an L in a way.
People been saying that.
Yeah, and like I don't
Well,
really see
well,
him. I don't
what-
really see Luffy losing,
No,
but
no, what's
no,
telling you that he's going the
he's-
double
that-
fruit route?
Yeah. Nothing in.
I'm not. I'm just saying like I
You
can
said
see
because of Egghead.
in Egghead we've been seeing him pop off Gear 5 a few times, and we haven't really seen him.
Once.
But we haven't really seen him tap into hockey like as like just pure hockey, like because like when he
Oh
fought
yeah.
like Rob Lucci, he
Yeah.
could have just fought him with just hockey, right?
Okay.
Potentially.
I think he would have been strong enough to just fight Rob Lucci with just hockey.
Maybe.
And he kind of just went straight into Gear 5.
Yeah.
So that's why that to me I was like, why did he didn't need to go into Gear 5 to beat Rob Lucci.
Right, but then
So then-
in this latest chapter, who does he clash with at the end of the chapter?
I know.
With pure what?
I got that.
Okay.
But what I'm just saying is that like after this, like I can see him like leaning into his devil fruit a little bit more. It's just a theory, bro. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Like I'm just follow me, bro.
I'm following,
Like
I'm following. Go. Drop the breadcrumbs.
I'm just saying like I can see him going towards his devil fruit a little bit, and then something, maybe it's I don't think it's an L, but like something makes him like realize like, oh, like I need to go back, like in
Yeah, like hockey's the way.
yeah.
I don't see it like that. But my question before
you forget it.
so you guys feel like Blackbeard is 100% the final villain.
For Luffy, yes.
So we don't think that, or you guys don't think that Luffy is gonna ever come across Emu,
I don't think so.
even
I
though it's
don't
been
think-
slightly, in ways, kind of set up at least more so now recently, that Nika Luffy is supposed to.
I think Luffy and Emu are gonna cross paths,
Yeah.
right? I think that like it's gonna be one of two ways, right? It's gonna be Blackbeard
Yeah.
then Emu,
Yeah.
or it's gonna
Or
be Emu
then
and then
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard.
I
and
think-
the thing is, Emu Blackbeard seems more likely
Yeah.
because of how coward like Blackbeard is, and he waits and like
I was also
schemes and like waits for
so
people to get weaker and
Weaken
everything.
and stuff.
Yeah,
if the Gorosei do end up dying, like going like with if Saturn dies and we
Yeah.
go forward and like it's like shaking the balance of the world.
Yeah.
If Emu decides to leave the Holy Land,
yeah.
then I can see him. I don't see Luffy going to the Holy Land. I see him leaving to really take down Luffy, to like force his hand.
Yeah, okay.
Because like he has those wanted posters. He wants to make sure Luffy's dead,
Yeah.
and they're gonna have to start sending some shit after Luffy to like stop him if they see him.
Yeah.
Because they could, even with this Egghead incident, they can blame Luffy for killing Saturn,
For sure.
No, they can.
which is like what I think. Like when Blackbeard goes in and kills him, I think they're gonna blame it on Luffy.
If Blackbeard goes in and kills him.
My theory though, like I'm,
Yeah.
I've been thinking
So
about
let's
this.
get into this chapter then. So the chapter starts off with I think it's Sentomaru
Yeah.
and,
Sentomaru
and
Kizaru.
Kizaru. Well, like it's like a kind of like a flashback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of like Sentomaru and Kizaru, and he's talking about how like what their relationship was and everything.
Yeah.
And so Sentomaru was just motivated by food. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very common
One
character
Piece
trope
thing.
in One Piece.
Yeah.
Like you could have had him be motivated by something else,
Yeah.
right? Like just food seems to be like a common denominator for a lot of characters.
But you
and
can,
then
yeah.
considering how old he is there, like he's probably what, like 7, 6, and considering how old he is now, right? Like at least in his
But food
20s.
in his aspect was like survival though, right?
no, I get.
Whereas like for other
He
people,
just beat the shit out of how many bears?
yeah, he
Coulda
could have ate
cooked
the
them
bears.
up, bro.
Just eat the bears, bro. Anyways, so his relationship with Kizaru and Vegapunk is very interesting. Like Kizaru trained him,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which means like all of Sentomaru's defenses and stuff that we've been seeing from pre-time skip even were things that like Kizaru had built up.
into him.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So then he gets two-shotted.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
Kizaru.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool the way Kizaru did his shit.
No, it was. Kizaru was
Yeah.
like drawn so beautifully
Yeah.
in this chapter.
And then also I was wrong about who was pulling up on Luffy when we talked about it.
Oh, it was Kizaru?
Remember I was saying like I thought of somebody else?
Yeah,
Like, it could
yeah.
have been Saturn
and
or
I was
someone.
saying it was Kizaru. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And then like so Kizaru entered the dome very easily, and we'd been saying you had heard it here first.
Yeah.
He's
Also
light.
Zoro,
he's
Zoro
light, the
and
research-
Rob Lucci.
Rob Lucci.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, okay, people were going to town on Rob Lucci because he was like, yo, now that like me and Kizaru are here,
Yeah.
He's a
fuck.
bitch.
No, but like
Yeah.
it was just, everyone was just going crazy because they're like, yo, like Rob
He's
Lucci got
bitch-made.
cooked. Like he
Yeah.
can't.
He's
Like, what do you mean? What do you
this
mean
is-
now that you
so-
and like?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in the officials though, he's kind of just like now that like both of us are together, like working together,
Yeah,
like-
there's no way you can stop us now.
like.
He's still bitch made, bro.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah,
change.
yeah.
But he kind of, I think he assumes that, Zoro and Luffy are gonna be busy fighting Kizaru, and everyone else has to fight.
No,
Rob
I think
Luffy or
he's
something?
assuming
I
that
don't
no
know.
one can take him.
Yeah.
Like that now that Luffy's occupied,
Yeah.
Oh, and
that
nobody else can
nobody
take him.
else can take
So
him.
now
Zoro-
Zoro has to take him.
But Zoro can take it.
Yeah.
Zoro can take
And
him.
the thing
Yeah.
is though, like I talked to somebody else and they were saying how normally, like once Luffy defeats a villain,
They're done.
like yeah, and Zoro doesn't usually defeat them.
So now we're
So,
gonna
like-
see the gap. If
Like
there is a gap between them.
between them, yeah. But I don't even think we're gonna get the Zoro versus Lucci fight.
Why?
It's gonna be Zoro Sanji against Lucci.
Maybe.
Why would it take both of them?
It wouldn't, but they're gonna be both of them because you
Mm.
see Sanji grab the gun,
Yeah, we
like the
did.
bubble
We
gun.
Yeah.
did see him.
So it's he's gonna use that to incapacitate him, and it's gonna not show us a fully flushed out fight.
But I think even if we saw that fight, like it's definitely not gonna be on some Gear 5 Luffy shit. versus
No.
Rob Luffy.
Maybe
No.
not.
But I mean, like I think Zoro's hockey's enough to take him for sure.
Yeah.
No, Zoro. I
Yeah.
think that Zoro.
I
can
think
definitely
Zoro
take
wins
Rob
that
Lucci.
fight.
Yeah.
I think he wins that
Yeah.
fight too. But it would be nice to see that 1v1.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because like Zoro's not fighting anyone else.
No.
In this.
No, but
N-
actually,
situation.
here's the thing. They gave commands to all the pacifistas.
Yep.
And Kizaru just like took over that shit.
Yeah.
But the
But
rest of the
it was
Straw
kind of
Hats-
weird where Saturn was talking about like, if we're gonna recover one thing, like it's good that we recover the pacifistas.
Mhm.
Yeah. Not the Seraphims.
Yeah,
Mm.
which is I thought was kind of weird. Is it because of the mass
Oh.
producibility of pacifistas, or like what? Like why would he?
No, a Seraphim should be more valuable.
But he says that pacifistas, it was better that they got the pacifistas. And I'm
maybe
like,
because they're easier to control.
that's what I
Maybe,
think too,
yeah.
because the seraphims have their own personalities to them, right?
So one thing I just wanted to say, and it's probably like a stretch, but the cover page, because we didn't talk about it at all. The cover page showed 2 flamingos.
Doflamingo.
Do
Doflamingo.
Doflamingo.
That's crazy.
So I'm saying, yeah,
But we already know there's a flamingo seraphim.
I know, but I think he's coming. Like,
Actual Doflamingo.
and the
Where's
thing
he
is,
coming from?
What are you talking about? Actual Doflamingo?
actual Doflamingo Seraphim.
Okay, no. Okay.
Where's he coming from?
He's coming to Egghead.
Before
Yeah,
when?
that's fine.
I don't know from where.
No,
Oh,
I
okay,
can
okay.
see
I
the
don't know from
I
where.
can see the seraphim
But
pulling
let me
up.
just
I thought
say,
you were saying
No,
actual Doflamingo was gonna pull
No,
up.
no,
And I'm
no.
like, no,
Yeah,
like,
the real
like
one.
Doflamingo's out of the story now. Like, do not
No,
bring this guy back.
I think he's gonna pull up, and those flamingos were sharing food with the Straw Hat Pirates,
Okay.
and to our like disbelief, he's gonna
Help Straw Hats.
he's
Yeah,
gonna
help
help
the
the Straw
Straw
Hats.
Okay.
Because the
Hmm.
thing is, I like Doflamingo's childhood is what turned him into what he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think he was inherently evil,
He was. Yeah.
right?
Well,
We don't.
Yeah, I guess you could say like in his eyes he was also justice.
Yeah.
Because of what happened to him.
Yeah.
But if you take all that away, right? Like none of that
Yeah.
shit happened to him. He's not gonna be the same person that
But
he is, right?
but
Yeah.
the Seraphim's based on because Hancock had fallen for Luffy,
Mm-hmm.
and in that
So it's
same
like
way the Seraphim
similar-
did
like
the same thing.
personality traits are
Yeah, and that was
also-
something that happened later in life. So
But
even with
but-
Doflamingo, it's still later in life. Like,
no, but she was
those-
still like I think with Hancock, like she still, even if you took away everything that happened to her,
Yeah.
right? Like she would still like Luffy.
I don't know, because it's kind of like the whole thing that happened to her is like she hated men because of the slavery and all that
Right.
shit.
And
And
this
that's what-
but this
but that's-
Bono-
that's
this
kinda-
Hancock doesn't have that sort of mentality.
But I'm saying that's what led her to falling in love with Luffy because of like how different of a man he was. And
right,
everything.
but I think she just fell in love with Luffy because Luffy just him.
No, I don't believe you.
Maybe.
Like
I don't agree with
this
you.
one just like fell in love
Yeah.
with him because he's just him. You know what I mean?
No, I think it's the tendencies of like her personality.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the- That's what I think.
But I think the Doflamingo
it's-
Seraphim is gonna pull up here.
Because it's like even like with the lineage factor, like Vegapunk had just talked about it. So
Yeah.
like it's Vegapunk. So it's literally just the accumulation of like what they've been doing in their life. Like
Yeah.
it's passed on. Like
yeah.
yeah. So that's why I don't agree with
But
that.
thing is, like, they could have taken.
He could still
They
help
could have
him,
taken
but-
his lineage factor from when he was a celestial dragon, no?
Why would they? He was
Yeah,
nobody.
why?
But they could have,
He
right?
was, but he was nobody then.
He was nobody then. I mean, he was still a celestial dragon.
But he wasn't like a
no,
warlord.
like, he's not.
Yeah,
but he's
yeah.
not strong.
Yeah,
Seraphim
yeah.
Project is new. They did pacifist.
I mean, it's new now. Like, it could have been under development for a while, and it got released now.
Yeah.
But it's not like a complete.
Well, we know it's
It-
been
it-
under
it-
development while the warlord system was a thing.
a thing.
Exactly.
At least when the world
But it-
was a thing.
but
So
it
he
would've
coulda-
been-
his could have been like a precursor. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
It makes sense if it was after like during that 2-year time skip, I
Yeah.
guess.
So-
or like even like
And then-
pirated right
Then we
before it.
see a Luffy
A Luffy
and a Kizaru clash.
and a Kizaru clash.
That's it.
And Luffy says something.
He's like, bro, we're 100 times stronger than we were back then.
You're
Yeah. which means he's like planet level if we do like some like Seth the Programmer shit.
Yo,
He said that he's didn't
he cancel?
oh yeah.
Yeah, he got canceled, bro.
We do some 100 times thing like
You get a multiplier, you
Yeah.
times that by 50, then you take a
Yeah.
planet, and then you take the
And
planet's
that's just his
gravitational
base form, bro.
force.
that's
Because
baseline.
if you times gear 5 multiplier on there, bro,
Exactly.
So then you
exactly.
actually take the solar system gravitational force that you have
Exactly.
within the universe, then you times
So
that
basically,
by...
Luffy takes Goku.
Wait. Yo, don't get the Dragon Ball fans involved.
Bro, you're hilarious, Chico. I've seen that meme, bro, where it's like UI Goku pulling up on Kefla, and then they have like it's like Photoshop with Luffy returning Kaido's blast burn, and I was like, bro, you guys are fucking
I haven't seen
cracked,
that.
bro.
I actually haven't.
The
people have
fact that
actually
you
been comparing him.
the fact that you think that would ever happen,
that's crazy.
like no chance.
Yeah, that you think that Goku would even get that close?
Yo, shut the fuck up. Yo.
He ain't being Goku though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the chapter itself, not too much to talk about,
Yeah.
but
I'm excited to see Luffy versus.
I want to
Kizaru.
see
I
Luffy
am,
versus
because we're getting that
That's like
Yonko
it's
versus
so exciting. man.
Yonko versus Admiral fight that people
Finally.
been debating about for
Yeah.
years.
But I still.
It's
I
not
don't
even a
know-
debate, bro.
Like I know Kizaru's like fast and he's made of light, but like
He's not fast.
Well,
he's not
because he's
really
made
Made
of
of
light,
light, he's pretty
yeah.
fast.
He's fucking fast.
I guess he
Yeah.
is fast, but yeah.
What?
But Luffy was fast enough to grab onto lightning.
But that's
In Gear
that's
five.
Lightning
no,
is
but
not
that's
the
my point.
same speed as light.
I know, I got
like,
that, but I'm
That's-
just
that's
saying
going
like
along with what I'm about to say.
okay, okay.
Is because of Gear 5, I don't like. I keep saying this. Anytime somebody's put in front of Luffy, I don't.
See
unless-
Gear 5 losing
Unless
because he
it's
can probably hold on to light
unless
too.
unless it's a fucking Blackbeard, unless it's Imusama or
Yeah.
something Endgame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't see
Shanks.
Luffy losing to
I
anything.
don't
like-
see
yeah,
Luffy
yeah,
losing
yeah.
to anybody.
Nothing
Like they
at
have
all.
to be at least like Garp level, someone beyond Garp level, I would say.
They'd have to be like Shanks level
yeah,
and
yeah,
beyond.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Like 100%.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's so hard for you to see Luffy lose at this stage now.
At Gear 5, unless
Yeah.
Luffy's like restricting himself
like-
and saying,
yeah.
"I'm not gonna go Gear 5 this fight, and I'm gonna beat you without it."
Or
Yeah.
unless he can't,
That's a different
like, he
story.
can't tap
Unless he
into it multiple
Yeah.
times. you know what I
Maybe,
mean? Like,
but no, but we
that's
saw
like
him. We saw him.
We
tap-
saw how
no,
easily
but what if
he
he has
tapped
like
into it.
a limit of how many times and
Yeah.
he can like 10
There's
times?
still-
Maybe, but we
there's-
don't know.
we don't know what I'm
right.
saying.
There's
yeah,
still
yeah.
things about Gear 5 that Luffy hasn't revealed or
Or
like
we're
been aware
unaware
of or
of.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we haven't gotten that conversation from him with
Yeah.
like talking to
Yeah.
anyone about Gear 5.
Yeah.
So like it's still up
But he
in the
also
air.
doesn't know, right? He was like,
Exactly. So it
Yeah.
could
It's
be
Gear
over.
5.
Maybe after this incident, he realizes like he can't.
his limitations.
He can't
or
tap into
whatnot.
Gear 5
Sure.
all the time. Like that's like a last resort type of thing.
But like,
Maybe.
just considering how easy we saw him like pulling in and out of it,
yeah.
I feel like it's safe
But
to say that.
I
I
think
meant,
so too.
I meant,
think
I
so
meant
too.
more so in the effects of like because we saw him dying and aging and stuff, right? So
But
it
that
may-
left.
but it-
that left us with nothing.
considering that like Gear 2 was already accelerating and
Taking years off his life.
taking years off his
Yeah.
life, Gear 5 like who knows how much crazier that's going now.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's gonna affect the way he taps into
Well,
it.
we saw Gear 5 literally bring the man back from the death.
Yeah.
Like, let's be
I know.
real.
But like that's like the only I'm saying that's like the only thing I see really is if he can't tap into Gear 5.
Luffy died and they brought him back.
If they see Prism Stone him.
The Gear 5
If they see
form,
Prism
bro.
Stone with him, yeah. But he did training with it, so
He
can
did
do
train
it.
like he'll still be like
Hockey,
working
yeah.
effectively and shit, but yeah, it's I don't know. We'll make up some bullshit.
Unless Luffy literally just restricts himself and says, "Yo, I'm not gonna go
Yeah.
Gear 5 to beat you," then I can see this fight being a
This-
struggle.
yeah.
Otherwise, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know how you're gonna do
I
it.
wanna what I
I'll
wanna
be
see
happy
here though.
if you don't end up making it good, but like I just don't see it.
What I wanna kinda see though is like Kizaru try to fuck him up
Mhm.
and then almost like a Blue Note situation.
Oh, where he
With
goes
Luffy-
Gear 5 on
Where-
him?
Yeah, but like in Blue Note, like he goes Gear 2 and he punches
Yeah,
his
yeah.
face into the ground,
Yeah.
or like when Whitebeard punches fucking Akainu's face into the
Yeah,
ground.
yeah. Like
Same
awesome, just
situation.
crazy power
Like some shit
scaling.
like that.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that's what I want to see. Like, Kizaru's not a bad guy. Like, personally, like, I don't want to, like, it's not his fault, but I just want to see, like, an Admiral get washed like that.
I don't
Yeah.
think, like,
Yeah.
the way I see the fight going is Kizaru has such a hard time that he's like, yo, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And he just leaves.
But like we saw him kind of get serious this chapter.
Yeah.
We did
He-
against like Sentamaru a little bit. Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
and like he's always been kind of laid back.
He
kinda,
has,
like,
he has.
nonchalant.
That was the other thing. I think
I
Arthur had
want his
mentioned.
glasses to break.
Because when he saw Ben,
Yeah.
remember Ben Beckman?
Yo, I want
Yeah.
I want like
100%.
glasses off and everything.
Yeah.
Remember when he saw Ben Beckman? He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, hold
He's
on,
like,
I'd just rather not." Like,
"Ooh, yeah."
whatever.
That's
Yeah.
what that's what Arthur was referencing.
Yeah.
Was I think he was looking at the Japanese
Mm-hmm.
and the hiragana, and he was saying how like when he back in the war and stuff, like when he's more laid back,
Yeah.
he has like extra vowels at the end of his words and stuff because he's like just to kind of show that he's like laid back and stuff.
Yeah.
But when it came to him, like with Luffy, it was just
It was
like
gone.
it was just that's what it
straightforward.
was.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
yeah.
on site.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like, you know,
He's
It's
ready.
about
We
to-
we
yeah.
haven't seen this guy not be laid back, so it's
literally
like
haven't
this potential there.
potential, but
Yeah.
we're talking
'Cause-
about Gear 5.
I know, but we're talking about light.
Alright. So
We're talking about light.
So
You just
we're-
disregarded everything about Light just a
I
few
didn't.
seconds ago, buddy.
I'm talking about his speed feats because like there've been people talking about his speed feats since like Rayleigh and him clashed and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like speed feats wise, I can't like really.
No, there's only. I think
Say.
he does move fast because we see him like almost teleport into the stratum, right?
But like him using that mirror of Yata or whatever it's
Yeah,
called,
yeah.
and he's like moving,
Yeah.
and then
At that point, he moves at the speed of light, but he can only move in a straight line.
yeah, but
So because of that,
and
it's
Rayleigh
like,
was able to, you
cut
know what
it.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like,
yeah.
and maybe because if he really is moving in speed of light, he can only move in one direction because it's so fast. Like
Yeah.
you can't be like willy nilly about
No,
it. You
of
know?
course. I mean, like obviously science doesn't apply, but if you're moving at the speed of light, how do you see?
Yeah.
But then
You
then,
can't.
But then if we're saying his speed feats aren't that fast, then
Yeah.
that means that Luffy just outdoes him in speed feats and should
I-
just
I
be
think
able
they'll
to
be able to-
overpower him.
I think they'll be able to compare their speed together like for this fight.
Okay.
But I think it's the actual like power like of light, like what he can really do with light. Like if he can maybe transform it into a different type of light or something, like use.
I think we're gonna see Kizaru's awakening. Here.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think we'll be able to
Okay.
see him do more with it
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
because we've only really seen
Mhm.
him do like 2
Mhm.
attacks. Like he makes a sword.
That's true.
And
The
he, like, kicks
awakening.
people.
Yeah.
And then
So D.Gray Man.
D.Gray Man.
Oh, bro, let me just get this chapter up and running,
Oh
bro.
fuck.
Because
So because he's taking too long,
We
we're
saw
gonna move on
Nea.
to-
wait.
We saw Nea take over.
Nia?
Not take. Was it Nia?
Is it Nia? Nia?
Nia?
I guess it could be Nia.
I think
I thought it was Nia.
I thought it was Nia as well.
Yeah.
Nia.
Nia makes more sense
Nia,
in like
Nia.
Japanese.
Yeah.
But Nia makes more sense in terms of like Japanese, like
Why?
cause like there's alphabet, it'd be ne,
But
not
why?
ni, it'd be ne, right?
Okay.
But
Nia,
him
though.
and
We're gonna
Alan
stick
have a
with Nia.
conversation
Through the mirror.
through the mirror.
Yeah.
And
Panel goes hard though.
they did go hard.
Yeah.
And so Alan's by himself at this point. He kind of split himself from the group for a moment.
Yep.
He then has this conversation with Nia in the mirror, and you can now add into this since you have the page up. But they start talking about the mansion, I believe, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's talking about how like he's going off of this lead that he got about this mansion.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, you should go see it for yourself and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's all cool and but whatever. Like, let me just help you out. You know, let me like tell
He
you
was also
something.
like telling him the reality of the situation. Like,
Yeah.
yo, like,
But it's almost
you're
like-
not the same Alan, but you did give up your body to
that's
me.
it's like
Mhm.
yeah, because he was saying like everything about you has changed from that time 35 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's like that line right there. It's like a big thing because Alan's only 17. Alan's only 17, and
Yeah.
like I remember when they had first.
Remember we were talking about this like years
Yeah,
ago.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like when that first came out, like 35 years ago, when like Nia had died, like the gap in between is like it wasn't adding up.
Yeah.
So then like, and like now that we know that Alan's memories aren't really his memories, it's like okay, like now Nia's dropping even more shit about
Yeah.
Alan, and we're like, yo, who the fuck is Alan at this
Yeah.
point?
Who's Alan?
So he's
Yeah.
Like-
actually 35 years old.
Well, we don't know.
Well,
right?
we
Like,
don't
they
even
said
know.
they said everything about him has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Because like he could
So-
have been like
Somebody else.
in the same way that Kanda was part of the second Exorcist project,
He could be
Yeah.
something
and
similar.
he was just an exorcist that died and had their like body, I guess memories or brain
It was like a
implanted into something
brain, I
else,
guess,
Yeah.
and then he would have like sections of his memories come back because
Yeah.
it could be something like that where they could have done like a spell. Like, we know
Mhm.
we know like magic's still a thing, and
Yeah.
it could be something like that.
He's probably the 15th.
No man, but he does. So this is what he says. He's like somehow it's like you're a whole different person.
Yeah.
I'd say you've likely been remade by Apocryphas.
Yeah.
So and that's
Yeah.
and like we just got that in the flashback where
Yeah.
when he first reacts, Apocryphas does something
Mm-hmm.
and then just dips.
But he was already a kid when we saw him.
Yeah.
So that also doesn't make sense.
About
That
his
means
age.
Apocrypha saw him
Met him
first
Again before,
before, turned him into a kid,
and then
Or
found
he-
him again.
Or he
Found
stayed as
him
a kid
again.
for mad long.
and then left his arm dormant, saw him again when he was a kid to activate his arm.
I think what it was
Because if he reduced his age, let's say to like a baby, it doesn't make sense for him to activate the arm at the same time. So then he waited for him to become.
I don't think that's it. Because I think what Nia's saying is 35 years ago, like this, like this Alan that was there.
Yeah.
He had like, this was his personality. This is the type of person he was, and there's a reason why he kind of made this contract or whatever for Nia to like, join his body, and then afterwards because Nia did die, like Mana had eaten like him or whatever, and I think when Apocryphus showed up at the circus, that's where he changed his personality there. Like he did something there.
But how does it make sense that as a kid he's 35 years old?
Well, no, it's not like, I'm not talking about the age thing. I'm saying like
I'm talking about the age thing.
Because Alan's character before that point, he was kind of just like they were just shitting on him, and like he didn't really have we obviously like we felt bad for him, but he was like very like angsty and like he hated that one guy Cosmos or whatever.
I would say he's still kind of like that though.
Not at all,
because he puts on a mask when he's really talking to people.
But he's so much more selfless now. Like
but that's after.
It's totally different.
But that's after guidance with like Cross Mary, and that's after everything that had happened.
But it's also after he lost Mana too. Yeah. Because like he was like wetting the bed with Cross. Like he literally like forgot how to.
What I'm trying to say.
He also became kind of like a shell, because like you go from like somebody who's like, you know, like when they called him Red, they would leave him out in the snow, barely give him food. He's like kind of like he has to like grind for his meals essentially. Whereas like when Mana found him, when Cross found him, he was kind of just like a kid that didn't know what to do. He's like wetting the bed. He didn't know what to do at all.
But
so it changed him.
Would you not say that it's possible for a traumatizing event to change your personality?
For sure.
So then
it could have been the Mana event that did do that.
Yeah. Because the way I see it, especially now looking back at everything that we like have seen from Alan, it's almost like he's been wearing a mask this whole time.
So you're saying even like the Alan that we have seen,
is also
a mask though? Because you're saying like true Alan's not even what we've been seeing at all. It's gonna be like a whole different character.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You didn't even say anything. Like
partially, partially that, but I also think that like it wasn't like Apocrypha who wiped away and created a new personality for Alan.
Okay.
What I'm saying was before that was Alan.
Yeah.
But then that Alan is still with him, like the one that we saw at the circus.
Yeah.
That's still with him, but because of the traumatizing events, he's
like
boxed that up.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So that's still there.
So what do you think?
What do you think? Mask to cover all of that.
So what do you think Apocryphus did? Like you think Apocryphus met him before the circus?
Yeah.
And
it doesn't make sense.
But then why would he come again? Why would he come
because
twice?
Of Mana.
I think that was him. He was looking for him the whole time, and because he was traveling with Mana.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Why not?
Because that doesn't account for the fact that he's a child.
But he could still have become a child, because like we don't know anything about how this interaction between Nia and Alan works.
You guys think Road made his body? Because she could definitely affect somebody's age. And we've seen that they have a connection.
They could definitely use a Noah's ability, because we don't even know.
That's why I had said the 15th thing, bro. Like I know you took it as a joke, but I was saying like, what if they had attempted to create another Noah, like an actual another Noah?
But then his
I don't think Alan was a Noah.
No, that doesn't make sense, because then how would his body react to his arm? Right, his body wouldn't be able to function. It's the same way when Nea takes over, he can't use that. He reacts.
Yeah,
to
that's
the
true.
Arm.
Yeah. That's true. What if but what if he was like a? This is a huge what if.
Okay.
Like he was like a Noah that could use innocence. Like they tried to create a Noah that could create innocence.
Here's what I think then. I think Alan wasn't originally an exorcist. Like he didn't have the innocence. And then after he made that binding thing that he did, whatever, with Nia, Apocryphus found him, forced an innocence onto him, like a parasite innocence, to keep Nia at bay.
But then how is he a child?
I don't know the child. I don't know how that's gonna go. Cause Nia also died. How did Nia like just reincarnate into Alan?
But we know that there's some sort of agreement / contract that happened.
But there's
so
no
there could have been some.
But they don't have like actual contracts like that. Like besides like the the Earl's Akuma Devil contract.
Yeah, but again, like it could be in line with that, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't
But
we don't know what Nea's done. We don't know what he's scheming. We don't.
so then
we don't know anything about
similar
that
to
yet.
Kanda's thing. Like he was an exorcist that died, and his body was put into like a new kid or
Yeah.
whatever.
That I could see that
this kid
being
could just
more in
be like,
line. Yeah,
you know, like another new random kid they found and they put it into there.
They put it into there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I think I could see it being more Apocrypha is the one who caused all of that. He is the one that
He's like the catalyst.
he's the one that made him a child in whatever sense. He's the one that gave him innocence.
I think he gave him innocence.
And then he's the one that came back, whether
Probably
he was
because it was out of
looking for
control too.
mana or whatever, but to also help with the innocence like activation and that out of control shit.
Because it seemed like because he turned everyone against Alan to push him to break mana or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Which is why he did that, and like
exactly.
which is probably why he put the innocence in Alan is because he has, he knows that Nia is like a part of him.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of lets him, I guess you could say, like damage mana like internally.
Yeah,
Because like Mana and Nia are twins, like they're like one person or whatever now. So
could also just be a sick ass game, right? Where he's like, I'm gonna just have the twin kill the other one, right?
Yeah.
Because Apocrypha, he's not like the most
sane
from what we see. I mean, morally okay person.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So Bleach.
Hold on, man.
What?
Let me just double check. Let me just double check, man. You didn't even tell us what your theory, what you were thinking.
He
No,
did. He did. He said I.
He's like, I agree.
He
Said
agrees
I
with me,
agree.
bro.
Yeah, I agree with the mask thing, bro.
Why do you think he offered up his body though?
Just to go along with the mask thing, I think it also makes sense with like how Alan's always been kind of a clown.
Yeah.
Since he's been a kid, so I feel like it kind of works in that sort of theme because he's always face painted up.
Yeah. But like, why would he offer up his body to Nia? Like, I don't like.
What's the Noah's goal?
I think it's his goal. I think whatever Nia's goal is,
Like Alan was his best friend.
I think it could have been a best friend thing.
Because I thought
whatever Nia's goal is. Yeah, but that.
Because Cross.
I'm agreeing with you. Finish.
Oh,
yeah.
I think whatever like Nia's goal is, he had enough foresight for before like he was killed.
Yeah.
He already knew kind of where the world was gonna go.
Okay.
So he had a plan. Of course, it didn't come like to fruition. So this agreement was created with Alan, so Nia could come back and finish what he started or was gonna begin.
Okay. Because it's kind of this creates a new player in the game.
Because do you remember when we first talked about this whole situation, like who's Alan, who's like what's Nia's goal? I always thought that when Nia takes over, it's gonna be on Alan's agreement, like the Alan that we have now.
Yeah, he's gonna be like because he's gonna come to terms with what Nia thinks. Because Nia has he has a true sense of like the world or whatever.
The world and
when he wants to take over the Earl,
and he's gonna give up his body.
Yeah,
but and that in return, that's gonna create an agreement to where Alan's not actually gonna disappear.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that they're actually gonna wipe Alan from Alan, right? Like he's our main character.
So you think what Nia's telling him right now, it's not just manipulating Alan; it's actually like truth.
I think he has truth. Whether he is completely on the moral line, is a different story. I think Alan is gonna become that moral line for Nia.
Afterwards when it happens.
Yeah, because I think they're both gonna come to an agreement and a conclusion together.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I was thinking like. Who is this guy, man?
Go ahead.
No, I just think because like if whatever this Alan was from the past, this is a third person that was part of Cross and Nia's plan, that's like coming through now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what was this? It's like it's just so you're just so curious about like what was this goal, what was this group that they had set up, like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Because like we don't know anything about Alan's abilities from before. Or even if you're just like a random like normal like finder or something, because we know Cross is like he's pretty deadly.
We still haven't been seeing shit with Lavi either, bro.
Yeah, that's not. I don't know how long that's not gonna happen.
That's been forever.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, Bleach. So there's 2 episodes we need to talk about.
Was it 2?
Yeah, one with Kenpachi,
and then one with Ichigo's return.
Ichigo's return.
Yeah.
So with the Kenpachi one, just real quick, because we've all read the manga, we've seen this, animated beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The frames showing him going from him to like a little kid when he.
This is episode 6, right?
Yeah, when he uses like Nozarashi, and he cuts the meteor.
Yeah.
My issue though, and like you guys correct me if I'm wrong. So Grammy, whatever he imagines, comes into reality.
Yeah.
And it's whatever it is that.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a meteor made of spiritual
It's
pressure.
not magic.
It's
No,
actually
It's that. Yeah.
Okay. So he pulls out the guns.
Yeah. That was kind of crazy, right? He just pulled up a strap.
That is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Why did Kenpachi even have to dodge that? Like, are you telling me guns can hurt Shinigamis? And this entire time,
Well, what are the bullets made out of?
No, but like that's what I mean. Like they're just regular bullets, bro. Because he cuts the bullet. I'm pretty sure.
What if they're like imbued?
To be
with,
honest,
like,
we haven't seen guns though. In Bleach.
Exactly.
No,
So you don't even know if.
No, we saw what's the one around car that had a gun?
It was a Cero.
It
It was a gun that shot
Well, okay,
Ceros.
but that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Is what if the bullet is imbued with like some sort of spiritual
Like spiritual energy.
or
I
some
don't
sort-
think
something.
that's the case. I think he creates whatever it is in its actuality.
He does
Mm.
that.
And so,
But-
like,
but here- no, but here's
hold
Here's
on.
the issue with what you're saying is because
I'm not done talking, but okay.
but with his bullet thing,
Yeah.
he can make it as fast as he wants, as strong as he wants, like all that stuff. So it's not really a bullet.
But
It's not
there's-
just a bullet.
They're Shinigamis. Do you know what I mean? If you shoot a ghost, nothing happens.
He can no. Well, you're not understanding.
Do you not? What
He can literally imagine a bullet that can pierce Shinigamis, and then he shoots it, and that's what's happening.
No. That's
That's
fair.
what I'm saying.
That's fair. But now he throws him into space. And he's
Yeah.
like, yo, your flesh is gonna murk out. You're a fucking ghost. What do you mean your flesh is gonna get murked out in space?
Yeah, I know what he's saying. With
That
the
makes
physics.
no
I
sense,
guess
Physics
bro.
doesn't make sense.
None of that
because
makes
they're-
sense.
But it-
that-
but-
none
and
of
then-
that-
but
none of
his-
those
but-
elements apply to Shinigamis.
Yeah, and then the fact that like Kenpachi breaks out of space, fucking sick. Motherfucking Black Force
But
energy,
it's-
go beast, the guy.
I get-
but like,
I guess you're
what the fuck?
you're right in that sense, but because he's reality warping, like the physics don't need to make
yeah,
sense
okay, I guess
because of the what his power is.
yeah.
Because he can imagine that it is suffocating you, and
So,
it has to suffocate
The
you.
other thing that I
guess,
wanted
yeah.
to
right? Because even like the way
yeah.
he's getting suffocated,
hmm
if he was really in space getting hit by that shit, it would have been instant, like fucking like you know what I mean? Like his body would not be able to withstand that.
No, but he's a Shinigami. Like they're not,
But
they don't have real bodies. That's where
I'm
I'm
saying-
getting
no,
at.
but
What he's
what I-
saying is
but-
because if he imagines that Kenpachi's body's gonna rip apart,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
he's saying
then
it
that would
should rip
happen.
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
yeah,
So in the manga, when Grammy imagines the meteorite coming down,
Yeah.
you have multiple different characters reacting to, yo, he's about to fuck us
he's about to
all
fuck us up. They had that
No,
stuff.
they didn't.
They had
No, they
they
did
had a
not.
bunch of other like
They had randos.
yeah.
They had a bunch of randos reacting. In like
You wanted like captains to be like, yo, they better fuck us up.
in the manga, they fucking do.
Okay, I guess. Like,
Yeah, bro. Literally, like all of the Quincy's, like Buzz B, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
All of them are reacting, and they're like, "Yo,
They
we're
did
about."
react.
No, they didn't. None of the Quincy's reacted. The only one that reacted is the one dude whose name I don't know because I always call him by his power, and I can't say what his power is.
Yeah. The Aizen looking guy.
The one,
The
yeah,
Aizen
who-
looking
yeah,
guy,
who
I
pulls
know.
up on Mayuri.
Yeah.
That's the only dude that reacts. And in the
Yeah.
manga, he reacts as well. But
yeah.
all the other Quincy's react, and they're like, "No way! Like we're about to get fucked."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, and then they also left out the part that Grammy was locked up, and he was released for this war.
Was he locked up?
Yeah. So
I don't remember that. Do you recall that?
They cut all that out. They
I
cut
don't
all that.
recall
Like
it.
it's
Did
like
you did you go back and reread it?
I went back and looked at scans.
Okay.
So like I
Okay.
mean, that's good enough, right?
I guess yeah.
But like I was like, yo, like they didn't talk about any of that. And then
Yeah.
the thing is, like, people were saying it's because of his power scaling thing. Because the other people who were reacting made Grammy look like he's such a crazy ass monster
Yeah.
that it put Kenpachi on like a next level scale
yeah.
because of like the feat that he did of destroying
Yeah.
his meteor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
got
Yeah,
the only
I
difference
know,
is
I
really
know.
like how much hype you would have been like, oh shit, the captains
Yeah,
are
yeah.
reacting. Oh no, like
So-
JJK, I mean, I liked both of these chapters. I thought the chapters were great.
Yeah.
I like that how Gojo's being pushed, but like he's still able to keep up with like 3 people trying to
3
body
people
him.
to jump him. Yeah.
And the fact that like he's gonna try to use some like unlimited like hollow
Purple thing is dope.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
dope.
And then in this week's chapter,
Yeah.
we kind of got to see Sukuna sort of like trying to still figure out his powers. Like we kind of got to see
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
in play, right? And then when like Mahoruga finally clicked in,
Yo.
he slices
That was
Gojo's
crazy.
arm.
Hold on, but yo,
But then what's crazier about the sequence that takes place after, Gojo's fighting them, healing his arm, doing a maximum blue.
Yeah.
Maximum output blue.
Yeah.
Bro, he
That's
was
wild.
doing all of that at the same
Same time.
time.
Yo, but they mention it too, like the bystanders. They're kind of
I was
talking about
gonna
how
say that too. Yeah.
they're talking
yeah,
they're
you
talking about how
can.
like Sukuna like at this point like Gojo has the upper hand in terms of like he can just go in there like full maximum output, whereas Sukuna
Sukuna
knows that
can't.
they're
So
they're
that's
waiting
fucked.
for him.
That
Somebody's
kind of
yeah.
that
So-
kind of as like a viewer confirms that like Sukuna has like
He's strong. Like
he's-
he's
like,
got
he's-
more.
He has more and he's holding
Yeah, yeah.
back on purpose
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he knows he's about to get jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Basically.
wild. Like because we thought Sukuna was on the ropes. Like they
Yeah.
were like both
Like half and half.
essentially like basically like teetering like
Testing each other, going
like
forward.
any one stone in the wrong direction could like fuck you
yeah.
up.
I think
But
that's
now it
still the
seems
case
like-
though.
But with their narration, it seems like Sukuna has
Yeah,
like,
there's
like
still
Suk-
one more
factor.
Yeah.
because like Gojo has his unlimited hollow purple. We know
Yeah.
that's his
Which
trump
also
card. Right?
Sukuna's
yeah.
waiting for.
But we don't know what Sukuna's trump card is.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what these people are saying. And
Yeah,
they're saying like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
if you go out now,
Yeah.
then like there's still the possibility of this, right? Like, what if he's still
Yeah.
holding back?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Bro, I think and it was crazy that Maki thought Utah thought he was gonna go.
Yeah.
They
Then
all thought for different
Hikari-
reasons.
Was it
and they
Hikari?
Yeah,
And
Hikari. Hajime was like, no, you're not next.
Yeah.
And Hikari was like, wait, well, hold on.
But Higgy
Yeah.
explains it though, where he's like, all you guys can go out for
No,
different
I know,
reasons.
I know. But I think the next person to go out is Hajime, or should be Hajime,
I think so. Makes the most sense.
because of like if his curse technique
makes the
is
most sense for
solely
Hajime.
based off of fighting Sukuna,
Yeah.
the heavenly restriction or contract he made with himself.
Has to be really heavy.
Exactly. So if it's
And
for his
also-
life, that's fucking
Yeah,
crazy. Like
that's-
the
yeah,
restrictions
I agree.
we've seen in the series
yeah,
have been so absurd that if his is something up to that extent,
Yeah.
it should be GG's.
Yeah.
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 I agree with that because like, especially with Hajime being a character that was just introduced in Culling Game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
him going next, popping that off,
Yeah.
and potentially not even killing Sukuna and then dying as a result is like,
The only thing is, right, what if Hajime's contract is that I can only use it on the strongest sorcerer,
And that's ends up being Gojo.
and it ends up being Gojo?
But
Because
if
because
Gojo
he had
dies-
I don't know, because at the time Sukuna was the strongest. So then he was like, "Yo."
but if
like,
Gojo dies
his
as a
contract
result,
was-
then what?
Then it's of course it's
then it's of course. But I'm saying, what if that's the case, and he goes in and it just biffs?
because he can't use it.
Because he can't use
Because
it.
Sukuna isn't the strongest.
Exactly. Exactly.
I didn't even think about
He-
that. You're lit. I didn't think about that.
I don't know. I really enjoyed these last two
Yeah,
chapters
I
from
did.
Jujutsu Kaisen. I like particularly the last chapter too, not this week's.
Mhm.
Last chapter, like the whole Gojo's like inner monologue, him
Yeah.
trying to figure out what's next and
Mhm.
trying to navigate this fight as well. At the same time, they're clashing. They're going
Yo,
back and
um,
forth. It's just really cool to see, man.
Fuck, you made me forget, man. There was something that Sukuna had brought up about Gojo.
So while you're searching, that up-
But also just the ending of the manga
yeah.
chapter
Yeah.
where they're like, it's like a narration now, and it's
Yeah.
like in 49 seconds,
Oh yeah,
hollow purple or
it's gonna pop off.
is gonna pop off.
Yeah,
Like
I
that's
think
like
the fight's done.
I think it's
In
done.
49
yeah, I think so
seconds.
too.
I don't even. Do you think
'Cause
do you think we'll
the-
see it next chapter, or do
Well,
you think
the
we're gonna see
editor
it
comment
like?
said that they're entering the climax.
Yeah.
But do you think? I think like it's like
So-
it's one more chapter of shit going down, and then
Yeah.
the next one will be
No,
like.
because like how like manga time can be like weird, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
where 49
yeah.
seconds could actually end up being like
Exactly.
4 chapters.
Exactly. What I want to talk about though is the fact that Maharoga can use cleave.
Yeah, like he adapted to it and I guess used it.
It's because Sukuna was the summoner, right?
The summoner.
So then that means like theoretically, if Gojo could summon Maharoga,
He would be able to use infinity.
which is wild.
yo,
That's
yo,
fucking
here, sorry,
crazy.
sorry. This is what I was gonna say.
Maharoga's insane.
I know.
This
He's
is
broken.
this,
Yeah.
this is what we
That's
kind
why,
of.
that's why I was saying when you were like, what if there's like shadows that are stronger?
Yeah,
I was
no,
like, there's
it
no way.
doesn't make sense. Yeah.
So, Sukuna's narrating this. This is what I was gonna say when you brought up the Maharoga cutting his arm off.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, when purple gets like he thinks that Gojo's hollow purple, like what he initially hit him with at the
Yeah.
beginning, like that was boosted up with the
Yeah, yeah.
powers and everything, like
Yeah.
200%,
Yeah, yeah,
is actually like his output normally.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because he's not aware.
He's not aware that that was him getting boosted. And
Yeah,
stuff.
because he's like, if I get hit by again,
I'm fucked.
I'm
Like
fucked.
yeah, so
he does say that I'll be fatally
Yeah.
wounded. Yeah.
so I thought that was kind of crazy because he like Gojo knows that like his hollow purple is not gonna hit at the same
Whoa.
strength, and he's thinking like, oh, even if it's at like 120%, now it's at even 100%. He's like, I don't know if I can handle it with like because my hands could barely handle it last time.
Yeah.
So he thinks
So
that's
then-
actually what
so
Gojo's
then-
capable of.
Yeah.
So then, do you think like Sukuna's gonna hit with it and survive and like be
I
fine?
think because
He's overestimating him.
I think because Sukuna's overestimating a Hollow Purple,
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why he's keeping those trump cards at bay.
Yeah.
Because he's scared of like what Gojo can do next, and that's
Yeah.
like potentially working in Gojo's favor
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
because
okay.
because of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
Yo, what the fuck, bro?
What?
He just copied everything I just said.
Oh, word? I was looking at him, bro.
You guys are both just like, yeah, this guy's he's talking.
He's spitting,
He's
bro. I was like,
He's
yo, you're
talking.
spitting, man.
Man, be talking right now.
That's the only response I could give. You know, I'm also very tired, man.
Shit. I mean,
Okay.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's
right?
the end of our
Yeah.
pod. So
Go down there into our description. We have our TikTok and our Twitter. Instagram
Shibuya
coming
arc
never.
starts next week.
Oh yeah, the Shibuya arc. We'll talk about the anime more next week.
we will for sure.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, go in our comments, let us know what you guys thought about the chapters, the episodes, and the One Piece live action if you guys have any opinions on that. And
Yeah.
that's
Thank
all
you
it is.
guys.
Thank you guys for watching.
Peace.